Oh, it is blooming bright. My Polaroids are in the car, so I'll have to go and get them in a minute. But good morning, welcome to another video on the channel. It is a beautiful day. I'm really squinting, this looks stupid. Let me try and go over here, get the hand out of the way. Ah, there we go. Yeah, good morning. Absolutely beautiful day on the lake. And it's early for me. It's about 7 o'clock. I haven't been up this early for a long time. But we are at Marsh Farm Fisheries today. One of my favourite places on the planet to fish. Being spring, I thought it's a perfect time to have a little go for the crucians and the tench. It was cold last night though, so we'll have to see. But yeah, this place is a mecca for big crucians, you know. Holds my record, my PB, on the lake behind me on Harris Lake, £3 1 ounce, I think it was. Unlikely I'm going to catch another one. Took me long enough to catch that one. But any crucians is, yeah, it's just a joy to catch. And I'm on Richardson's Lake today, which has got smaller fish, smaller crucians anyway, but I think more of them, potentially. Yeah, so I've just brought some of the kit round, just sat down. I've got to go and pay for my ticket because I'm not a member, which, yeah, the tackle shop opens in a minute. So I will go and do that now, grab some casters and see what we can catch. Well, we are in the swim. Casters we've got. Now just trying to find a plummet. Good. Thought I forgot one. Now this kind of fishing, more than any other, it is critical to plumb the depth. And I always go, for crucian fishing, I like the bait to be just on the bottom. If I could get the plummet on. Yeah, very, very just. You want this as sensitive as possible. And with this sun, that's going to be quite tricky actually. Alright, there we go. So now we've got the plummet right. Now I need to make sure that the float's at the right height. That there just needs a tiny tweak. And I mean tiny, as in probably 2 millimeters. Like that, and that's it. And we're ready to go. Now, main bait that I always like to use is casters for crucians. I'm going to start little and often. I'm just going to put maybe that many in, just down there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a few minutes. Just let them get to the bottom and fish to hopefully see them. And then we'll get the rod in, see what we can catch. Right, time for the all in. Now this is not as sensitive as I have been before, in the fact that I'm not using a pole float. But I am using a very, very sensitive ultralight Drennan float. I thought I'd give that a go today. Mainly because it was already on the rod. But yeah, I've got a £3 main line, £2 hook link, size 18 hook, which I will move to a 20 if I need to, and 2 casters. And the float is a mere maybe half a centimetre out of the water. You want it as sensitive as possible, because sometimes crucian bites you will literally just get the smallest of dips. If you're using a big old waggler, chances are you won't even see it. Yeah, obviously the aim is to catch a crucian, but there are a lot of tension here. So that is more than likely what we're going to catch, if anything. But I'm more than happy with tench. I love my tench fishing. There's also some nice rudd in here, perch, bream, and the odd carp. I was fishing this near enough exact type of setup, but with a pole float. I think it was last year or the year before. And had a double figure carp on it. So if you play it sensibly, you'll get decent fish in on this kind of setup. Yeah, so we'll keep watching the float and see what wiggles along. Well, it is hard going, that's for sure. Probably been about an hour now, which isn't long, I suppose, but especially when you're targeting big fish. But not a nibble, not even a tiny dip, not even a rudd, nothing. So it could be a very difficult day, but you know, these lakes, they're not easy unless you're on Hill Pond where there's a fair few fish in there. But Richardson's, it's not an easy lake, and Harris behind me is, it's a really difficult lake, that can be. That's where my £3 come from. And as always, at the moment, I don't have all day, and I have a funny feeling with the weather like it is, it's going to take a while to warm up, and it's probably going to be sort of this afternoon, late, sort of early evening, that's probably when the chances are going to start up. And I won't be here. But we'll plug away. Hopefully something will come along. I'm just feeding very, very lightly, just a little pinch of casters every few minutes, 4 or 5 casters, something like that. So hopefully they'll move in at some point. But I think I'm going to have time to wait now. Well, it's not a big fish, but it is a fish. Lovely little roach. Well, at least something's biting. Definitely had a bit of bream about him though. Now that was on the maggot, which is probably why I caught the roach. But as it is a fish, I'm going to go back in with the maggots again. anyone who's a fisherman will understand this sort of that feeling when the float goes down, especially after a long time of it not moving. You almost have to double take just to make sure that that was actually what was happening. Hopefully some more, or some other species turn up as well. Well, that didn't go overly well. One singular roach, but that is more than a lot of people have caught, to be fair. I've had a little wander around and a chat to some of the guys around here, even the match guys. Nothing's coming out. I think it's just a cold night, hot day. It's just killed it off completely. But it is what it is. This is obviously just a very short video. I'll tag this onto the beginning or the end of another one, I'm sure. Or it'll never see the light of day. But I enjoyed myself, and that is the main thing. Well, here we are, back at Marsh Farm 2 weeks later. Weather conditions have been much, much better. They're consistently fairly warm over the last couple of weeks. So I feel a lot more confident. I'm further down the lake. This is where I was recommended to go, which is peg 38. Tackle shop said you can't go wrong. They don't know me. Yeah, so I've had a look around, plonked myself down here, plumbed the depth, put some bait in, just giving it a few minutes now until I cast in. Obviously, the first thing that I did when I got here was promptly fall over, and yeah, nice old gouge in the leg, just what you need. And my hands, but I managed to save my phone, which was in my hand, and my glasses. I've done some kind of barrel roll thing. I've never done that before. Yeah, so let's get cracking and see what we can catch. First fish on. Not exactly what I'm after. It's a lovely little rudder. I've been getting a few bites, and I was wondering if it was either crucians, which are obviously notoriously tricky to actually catch, or small fish. So that's just answered the question, sadly. But in 10 minutes I have equalled the tally of fish I caught on my last visit. I did think if this doesn't work for any reason over the next hour, then I'll probably change the setup. It's not exactly a heavy setup. Oh, there we go. Not bob, bob, bob. Nothing. Yeah, it's not exactly a heavy setup. No, it's 3 pound main line, 2 pound hook link, size 18 hook, which is kind of what I normally use, but I've got a slightly heavier shotting pattern and a slightly bigger float than normal. Just being lazy from where I used it at when I fished the Hartley-Whitney water recently. So yeah, I'll give this a bit longer. If it doesn't seem to be working, I'll try a lighter float setup, like really light, as in pole float. But I'm just going to start setting up my ultralight float setup. That is the little fella. Tiny little float. 0.3 of a gram. So that'll do. Let's get that rigged up, replumb, and then hopefully catch something. There we go. First put in, and I've got something bigger. It's a wee tench. But it's something, and that was instant after changing this setup and having a size 20 hook and a single caster. For this lake, this is a tiny tench. There we go, look at that. Proper cute little tench, that's lovely. I think I prefer them when they're this size, they look so cute. Wow. That is success. Not success is losing my towel. There it is. Excellent, 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 excellent. Oh, after all the issues I had with the last trip here, catching, well, basically nothing bar one roach, I am happy with that. So let's continue, see if we can get something a little bit bigger. It pulled really well. It's a slightly bigger rud. Alright. Ooh. Lovely little fish. I do love the rudd. A very obliging fish. But the way I'm setting up the caster, if it'll zoom in or focus on that. No? So basically I'm pushing the size 20 into the caster, so there's no hook showing. It's all encased in the caster. It's the way I always do it when I'm using tiny hooks. Just gives like the ultimate presentation for a caster, really. The ruds seem to like it. Oh, got something much better on now. I'm assuming it's a tension, not a cruision, but flipping out. Just trying to stop it getting into the reeds, which is a problem. You do have to be slightly more gentle when you're using such light line. It's where a proper float rod like this one really comes into its own, because it'll bend all the way through. And that just helps to cushion the sort of the light lines. That's a lovely tench. Oh, stay away from over there. Out, 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 out. Oh. There we go. Excellent. Lovely big fat fish. It's a male fish. Oh, there we go, look at that. Absolutely beautiful fish, maybe £4-ish, around that sort of weight, I think. Maybe slightly more. It's a real heavy little fish. Heavy little fish. It's a chunky fish. Oh, let's slip her back and see if there's any more down there. Oh, we've got another decent fish on. I assume another tench, which it is. Oh God, it's hard to keep away from the reeds. Oh, they know where they need to go. Oh God, come on. Oh, it's right in the reeds. Come on, get out. Can't put any more pressure on it. I think this one's gonna. Oh, I think we're out. No, we're going back in. Oh my God. Are you ready? I don't feel like you are, but you're going in anyway. There we go. Didn't think that one was going to come in. Oh. That is the problem with using such light line, is getting them in. But you don't get as many bites if you don't use the light line. Ah, there's another lovely fish. About the same size as the other one, I think. Yeah, he ain't going to use it. He isn't going to win any beauty pageants with that on his noggin. But oh, what a lovely fish. Yeah, maybe slightly bigger. But an absolutely stunning tench. What a great day. Assume it's a tench, and it is. I was really hoping that was a crucian. That was the tiniest of bites. Oh. It come off. I have a feeling that may have been foul hooked. It really was a strange bite. Win some, you lose some. Well, I'm very, very nearly out of time now. I was just hoping for one more reasonable fish. It's a real muggy day now. I mean, you'd think nearly. The weather kind of feels perfect. Sort of overcast, warm, but not hot. A little bit of rain. So yeah, it's pretty good weather for it, really. I just wish I could stay until a lot later. Because I think that would be when it all kicks off. Although being a day ticket angler, you have to be off here by, I think it's 5 or 5:30 anyway. So you won't really get to see the best of it. But I've got about another half an hour or so, so we'll see what comes along in that time. Calm down, Betsy. You're a bream. You're supposed to relax. Chill out. Good old slap. Ooh. His tail just whacked the tripod. But there's a mat right here. He's there he is. What a stunning fish. Absolutely beautiful. A few pound, maybe 4 or 5 pound. It's quite lumpy. Lovely fish. Oh, what a cracking day. Well, it's not the final fish I was after, but it is a fish. There we go. So that is going to be the end of the video. It's been absolutely brilliant. That tench, bream, roach, rudd, perch. What more can you ask for in a few hours fishing? So as always, thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but bear with me. I'll update on Instagram and places like that. And yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. Thank you very much for watching.